What's going on, guys? T-Mart here, and this episode of Jumps and Spots is brought to you guys by Mountain Dew. You can unlock custom in-game rewards for Call of Duty Advanced Warfare at FuelUpForBattle.com, so make sure you guys check it out. But anyway, today, we are going to be taking a look at the map Comeback. It's one of the smallest maps in the game, definitely a ton of fun, especially in those objective game types. It's super fast-paced, and I've actually got quite a few good spots for you guys. So let's check it out. Now, starting off, this awning back here is actually pretty good. If you come over to this side, you can see into that middle green building, as well as over here to the stairway, doorway, and kind of top corner of this building. So if you have a long-range weapon like an AR or a sniper rifle, this is actually pretty solid. Over on this side of the awning, it gets even better. You can see into this stairway over here, as well as the entire top little ledge here of this building where everybody seems to hang out. So if you know there's an enemy up there, you can just kind of hop up back here. He won't look for you all the way back here, and you got yourself a free kill. Now, the final good thing about this awning here, and actually the most useful one, is for capping the ADOM flag. You can actually lay down on the edge right here and capture it, and nobody will suspect you to be here. When enemies come around this corner trying to kill you, they're going to come around looking like this. You aren't even going to be in their field of view. So when you're up here, you're going to make sure you secure that flag, as well as hopefully get yourself a couple of kills. So that's pretty good. Now, this blue building here, not really a lot to it. You know, obviously there are these like little fan generator type things on all the buildings across the map. So, you know, use these things to kind of peek behind and use this cover when you're getting shot at. This right here is actually pretty good. Again, if there's somebody up on this second story ledge, you can kind of walk on top of this tire and then on top of the chair, and that gives you a nice little line of sight into that building. Otherwise, you have to peek around this thing, which exposes you a little bit more. So, yeah, using this is pretty good. But apart from that, there's really not much to this rooftop. Down here, and what I like to call like this little pit area, it's kind of hard to get up to the second story of this building. Like, I see a lot of people that run around this way and then try to jump up like this, or they come around this way and maybe jump on top of this wall to be able to get up there. I want to tell you guys you can get up there from these things. That's what they're there for. So you can just double jump to this thing here. It doesn't look like you're going to make it, but you will every time. You can use that one or this one right here. You can get up as well. So that's just kind of an easy way if you're, you know, maybe coming from the middle building, you want to get up there, just kind of do a quick little jump like this, and you guys now know you can make that. Now, over here, this building is very highly trafficked. There's, it's just like, it's a common, you know, kind of like spawn point. There are objectives in here. There's a hard point. There's S&D bombs, all kinds of stuff. So, you know, using this building to your advantage is really important. If you know there are enemies in here, don't come through the two entrances. It's a death trap, man. It's very easy to hold these two things down. So if you know there are enemies in here, what I like to do is if I'm spawning over here, I'll just jump up to the second story window like this and take them by surprise. Or if I'm over on this side of the map, I'll come in through these windows here. It's a little bit less, you know, kind of predictable, and usually it'll treat you better than coming in through these main doorways. So keep that in mind. A couple of spots in here are pretty good. You know, obviously this windowsill here gives you a ton of, you know, kind of view on this side of the map, but at the same time, you're very, very exposed. This little bathtub thing here is actually pretty good, especially in like hard point. If your teammates are holding the hard point down, you can sit here like this and watch as enemies filter through this doorway, and they can't shoot through this at all. So it's actually a pretty good spot there. Also, this is absolutely insane. I'm sure a lot of you guys have probably seen this spot, but if you get in here, you can actually lay down in these plants, and you are pretty much impossible to see if you get all the way back here in the back like this. Look at that. You can see through and see people walking by, but they won't be able to see you unless they directly check that spot. It's also really good for search and destroy. Oftentimes, I'll hop up in this corner. You can plant the bomb on top of these little tables here, so somebody that wants to defuse it has to hop up here as well. And then I'll plant it, and then I'll run all the way back over here. You can kind of get in this dark corner and watch as people come in and try to defuse it. So that's a pretty solid spot. Make sure you guys use that to your advantage, as well as check for people there, because it's kind of hard to see them. Now, over here, this corner is really important. Oftentimes, you'll take control of this building and try to push around this way towards CDOM, and it's bad to come just through this doorway normally. Oftentimes, you'll have enemies just kind of sitting like this waiting for you, or they'll be, you know, up here on this building just kind of waiting for you, or maybe back here, you know, kind of waiting for you, that kind of thing. So, what I like to do is use these doors here. They're actually really useful. You can hop up on top of this to be able to check this corner, as well as kind of see a little bit of this rooftop. Or this one's even better. You can hop up here like this. You can see down that stairway. You can see that flat top over there, and then you can kind of see the entire roof, which is pretty useful. Now you can also hop up into these windows here. So this first one's pretty easy to get into. You just kind of like jump and then push your way forward, and boom, you can kind of see this little courtyard here. You can see the entire top of the building, but you can also get up to the second kind of like little windowsill up there. It's a little bit harder. I can't even get it every time, but if you're careful with it, you can get up there, and I'll show you guys. You have a lot better view of this area of the map. So yeah, you can see this entire courtyard. You can see the entire flat top, that over there. You can even see into that middle green building. So that's pretty solid. Now, over here, when you're coming from this way, you're not coming through this building. I don't like coming up these stairs. I don't like people being able to see me from this way. I don't like, if people are up here, waiting for it and stuff like that, or sometimes they'll be sitting like this. So I don't like to come up these stairs. When I'm coming up through here, what I'll do is I'll hop up like this, and boom, look at that. You can see everybody that may be up here waiting for you. So that's pretty solid. Now, finally, the last thing, when you're trying to take over this little courtyard here by CDOM, instead of coming around these staircases, which is what everybody, expects to do, what I'll do is I'll hop up like this. You can land on this ledge, and boom. If there are people up on this building, it's a great spot to be able to take them out. You can drop down if you need cover, and it's just pretty good there, as well as you can just kind of peek around this thing, use this cover, and take people out in this courtyard. Now, this building here is probably the most popular spot on the map. You will rarely not find anybody up on top of it, whether it be a teammate or an enemy. This is a major spawn point here, so a lot of people just kind of spawn in and immediately jump up here. So if there are enemies up here and you want to take them out, if you're coming from this direction, I've got a really good thing that I do. I'll run over here into this corner. I'll do a double jump and a sprint into this, and boom, this is one of the most powerful spots in the game. From their perspective, you are going to be a little dot right there. Your head's going to be right there. It's going to be super tough for them to kill you. They can't shoot through this, concrete at all. So it's just like, it's a really good spot. You can take everybody out up on top of this rooftop. You can kind of start to peek around as they spawn in and jump up here. You're going to be able to take them out. You can use to kind of take control of this corner of the map and move into this courtyard. So that thing is very, very useful. Make sure you guys use it. Now, over here, this middle green building, obviously you can hop up into these windows. There's one on each side, so that's pretty useful. There's a ladder over here you can use if you want to be a little bit more stealthy and not make your boost, jump noise. You can do that, as well as you can actually double boost jump off this ladder and land on top of this white sign. Not sure what you'd use it for. It's not really good in multiplayer. Maybe you can kind of see into that hard point in there. But, I don't know, maybe infected. I'm not sure. I found it before, so I wanted to share it with you guys. If you guys have any cool uses, feel free to let me know. And yeah, that pretty much covers the outside of the map. Now, the inside middle part of the map, there are a few things I want to tell you guys about. First of all, don't run into the middle like this. Everybody sits in these corners and just waits for you to do that. Like, it's what you do when you're in the middle of the map. So don't run around the corners like that. What I'll do is you just jump up like this, dude. You can see him. You can shoot him. You can jump up in the middle part. You can jump up on this part. You can do the same thing over here on this other side. It's so much more useful. You'll take the enemies by a lot more surprise. Like, they won't really expect you to do that. So that's pretty good. And then also, once you're in here, if you're defending like a hard point or a dom flag or whatever, you can actually hop up on top of these railings here, which just gives you a little bit better spot. Like, when you're sitting like this, people expect that. But when you're up here in this corner, people don't expect that. They won't see you until they're around this corner. So you can do that there, as well as over here is also pretty good to kind of, nudge yourself back in this corner and have a slight advantage on the enemies. So yeah, there you guys have it. That pretty much does it for Comeback. This is one of my favorite maps in the game. Very, very fast paced. If you guys use these spots I've showed you guys in this video, hopefully they'll help you out. And thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Let me know what map you guys want to see next in Jumps and Spots. And I got a bunch of great videos coming soon. Check out these two videos. Seen yet? And I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.